Hi, sophomores. This is Miss Esslinger, your class counselor. Today we are officially going to start the scheduling process, and I'm going to walk you through the information today that you'll need to get started for your academic plan and course requests for junior year. So we are going to start today by reviewing the graduation requirements for KHS. Keeping track of where you're at and what you need to fulfill to graduate is very important. So students must earn 24 credits in order to graduate from Kirkwood High School. This slide breaks those 24 credits down for you. There are a couple of things that I want to point out. So all students must have 4 years of English to graduate. You will be taking English every year at KHS. You can see for the other core classes, we require 3 credits to graduate. Depending on your post-secondary plans, you might want to consider taking beyond 3 credits in one or more of those areas. Also, please be mindful of the elective classes that are required for graduation. All students must take health, personal finance, 1 credit of PE, 1 credit of fine arts, and a half credit of practical arts. Also, all students must have 7.5 elective credits in order to graduate. So in a few minutes, we will discuss each of these areas in more detail and some of the options that you have in terms of course selection. So as you're selecting your courses for junior year and planning for senior year, it's going to be really important to consider your areas of interest in terms of a potential college major or career. So we want you to be thinking about career clusters as you go through the scheduling process. So we have an example on the screen for the career cluster of architecture and construction. So this page is taken out of our course description book, which you can find on our website. So maybe you're interested in being an architect or an electrician or an interior designer. Those are all different career paths that fall under the architecture and construction career cluster. And what you can see at the bottom of the slide here is that we do have some suggested elective courses that you can take here at KHS that might relate to this career cluster. So maybe you're interested in doing engineering. We have engineering classes here at KHS. We have graphic design and fashion and interior design classes at KHS if that's something that you're interested in. So these are different classes that you could take that connect to the career cluster and maybe your area of interest. So as you select your electives, we want you to think about what's going to be a good use of your time, what's relevant to your interests. Maybe taking an elective here at KHS will help reaffirm your interest in a certain area or major or career. Okay, so let's start with English. Remember, students must have 4 credits of English to graduate, so you're going to need to plan to take English for junior and senior year. For junior year, you will be choosing to take either Junior Lit and Comp or AP Language and Composition. Your current English teachers will be giving you a recommendation on what class they recommend for you next year. So if you're interested in taking AP Lang next year as a junior, I definitely encourage you to talk to your teacher and get their feedback on what they think would be an appropriate class and challenge for you. You can also see on this slide what your options for senior year English will be. For senior year, you will either have to take a combination of 2 semester-long senior lit classes or AP Lit and Composition. Okay, so moving on to math. Students need 3 credits of math to graduate from KHS. However, if you are planning on attending college, we highly recommend that you plan on earning 4 credits of math before graduation. This is what most or many 4-year colleges will require. On this slide, you can see the sequencing of our math classes. If you're in geometry right now as a sophomore, you will want to sign up for Algebra 2 next year. If you're currently in Algebra 2, the next course in the math sequence will be Pre-Calc. Both of these classes are offered at the honors level too. So the deeper you get into the progression, the more options you will have, especially for senior year. So please talk to your math teacher about your placement for next year. Okay, so now moving to science. You must have 3 credits of science to graduate. So as a sophomore, you should be in chemistry or honors chemistry and having taken physics last year as a freshman. So as a junior next year, you can choose to take biology or honors biology. If you enjoy science and are wanting to take more science classes, you can also see the additional science electives that you can choose to take here at Kirkwood High School. Okay, so social studies. You also need 3 credits of social studies in order to graduate from KHS. So this year as a sophomore, you are in U.S. history or AP U.S. history. Next year as a junior, you can choose to take American government or AP government and politics. So your teacher will make a recommendation for you on your course for next year for social studies, so please talk to them about this. You can also see on this slide other social studies electives that are offered. You can choose to take these classes next year as a junior concurrently with government, or plan to take these electives senior year. The non-AP elective classes at the bottom part of the slide here are semester-long classes. So next up is fine art. So remember, all students must earn 1 credit of fine art to graduate. You can see there's many types of fine arts credits for you to choose from. You can take drama, band, orchestra, choir, music theory, art, and all of these count towards the fine art graduation requirement. So you're able to choose what classes you want to take in order to fulfill your 1 credit of fine art. So please refer to the course guide to review all of the different options that you have for fine art and read through those descriptions. Again, the course guide is on our website. And if you have trouble accessing that, let me know and I can send you the link. So next up is practical art. So we require a half credit of practical arts to graduate. So a half credit is 1 semester class. You can take business, engineering and technology, or family and consumer science class. In all of these, I want to say that there are some classes that you can take for dual credit if you're interested in earning college credit while you're in high school at KHS. All right, so this is just a friendly reminder that all students must take 1 credit of PE, and there's different PE classes that you can choose to take, and read about those in the course description guide. All students must take personal finance and must take health in order to graduate. So if you have not made a dent on these, I would definitely encourage you to sign up for these for junior year or have a plan to complete them before the end of senior year. Okay, so students can choose to take many electives at Kirkwood High School, and this slide outlines some of your options. Remember, all students must earn 7.5 credits in electives to graduate. So world language classes count as an elective course or credit. So world language is not required for graduation. However, many 4-year colleges recommend that students have taken 2 years of a foreign language. So if you haven't taken a foreign language and plan to attend a 4-year university, I encourage you to sign up for level 1 of a foreign language for junior year, and then you could take the 2nd level senior year. In terms of foreign language, we offer Chinese, French, German, and Spanish. Also for elective credits, we have journalism classes and KHTV. Also note that when content area credit requirements are met, additional courses that you take in that subject will count as elective credit. So for example, we require 3 credits of social studies to graduate. If you choose to take a 4th year or an elective social studies class like AP psychology, that would count as an elective credit for graduation purposes. So anything above and beyond Kirkwood's graduation requirement in a given subject area counts as an elective credit. Okay, so in addition, students can choose to do cadet teaching, office assistant, or take a study focus class. So I'll walk you through those options. All 3 of these options count as a quarter credit, so 0.25 credit. So cadet teaching is being an assistant for a teacher in a classroom at KHS. So for cadet teaching, you seek out a teacher for a class that you've already taken and ask the teacher if they approve of you to be an assistant in their classroom next year. So you could choose to do cadet teaching 1st semester or 2nd semester or both semesters. If you're interested in this and put it in your class schedule for junior year, you also need to email the teacher that you're wanting to cadet for and copy me on it, requesting to be their cadet teacher. Okay. Same thing with office assistant. So we utilize students throughout the building, either in the guidance office or the main office or grade level offices, for extra help and assistance. So what basically you're doing is helping out the office workers and our secretaries and earning a quarter credit for it. So if you're interested in being an office assistant for junior year, please email the secretary that you are wanting to assist to request their approval and copy me on that email. So lastly, study focus. So in some ways, study focus is similar to study block in terms of like having some space and time to get some work done, but there's more structure and academic support in study focus. So in study focus, the teacher is working really closely with students to help keep them on task. And different from study block, you earn a quarter of a credit, so 0.25 for study focus 2. Okay, so next up, we have off periods that do not have any credit tied to them. So the first is study block. You guys know what this is, but it's just a study hall for you to work on homework and use that time wisely throughout the period. For study block, you are reporting to a specific room with a specific teacher. If you have a 3.2 GPA or higher from the previous semester, you would qualify for independent period or IP, where you're going to have more freedom on how and where you use that time on campus. So you have to check in at the library and then can choose where to spend the rest of that period on campus. So if you want a study block or an IP in your schedule for junior year, you must request it and add it in Infinite Campus when you're doing your course requests. If you're wanting an IP, go ahead and request a study block, and we will review your GPA and change it to an IP if you qualify. All right, juniors can have early dismissal or late arrival if they qualify. So juniors can have first period late or seventh period early dismissal. So in order to qualify for this, you must have earned 14 credits before the first semester of junior year and 17 credits before second semester of junior year. Parent or guardian approval is also required for this. So you can sign up for this in Infinite Campus when you're requesting your classes, and then a parent and guardian permission form will be sent home, and parents do have to approve this. When you are putting this in Infinite Campus, be aware that A, if it's attached to an A, that means first semester, and B is second semester. Okay, lastly, and very important, if you are an athlete or part of choir, band, or orchestra, please be mindful that you must have 6 classes or 3 credits in your schedule to participate in sports or these activities. So this means that you could have 1 study block or IP in your schedule or 1 cadet or office assistant, but not both. You must stay in 3.0 credits each semester to be eligible for sports, choir, band, and orchestra. So also, just keep in mind, you also have to pass your classes in order to stay eligible too. So if you're a spring athlete, you have to pass 3 credits in your schedule in order to be eligible for spring athletics or spring band or spring choir or orchestra. Okay, so this slide highlights a couple of alternate pathways or programs that you can choose to take throughout your time outside of Kirkwood High School while remaining a Kirkwood High School student. So South Tech offers career and technical education for students. There are 26 different programs that have credits that count towards your high school graduation at KHS. So these programs range from vet tech to welding to firefighting to cosmetology. You can see the programs listed on this slide. So students apply to South Tech as a sophomore and would attend half day during junior and senior year. So half the day at South Tech, half the day at KHS. So I've sent out a lot of information on South Tech to students so far this year, but reach out to me if you're interested or want more information, and make sure that you're applying by November. So if you are applying to South Tech, when you register for your Kirkwood High School classes for junior year, go ahead and fill out a full schedule of KHS classes and then email me and we'll set up a separate one-on-one meeting to adjust your schedule based on your South Tech plans. I also want to highlight CAPS. CAPS is Center for Advanced Professional Studies, and CAPS offers 5 different programs that you would apply to and must be accepted. You can see the programs listed on here. All the programs are open to juniors and seniors besides the medicine, healthcare, and bioscience program. So that program is for seniors only. So similar to South Tech, CAPS is a half-day program where you attend half the day at CAPS and half the day at KHS. CAPS really focuses on professional-based learning and developing real-world skills in your program area. So if you're interested in CAPS, CAPS is going to be putting on webinars in December and January. And similar to South Tech, if you are planning on attending or applying to CAPS, go ahead and fill out a full Kirkwood High School schedule, and then we will meet one-on-one to kind of adjust as needed. So both of these programs offer credits that count towards graduation at Kirkwood High School. All right, so now we're going to go over Launch real quick. So students have the option to take online classes through Launch. Launch is a part of Springfield Public Schools and offers fully online classes that are separate from Kirkwood and not taught by KHS teachers. So students at Kirkwood can choose to take a Launch class in addition to their classes at KHS. Either during the school year or over the summer, and you can have them added to your transcript for credit towards graduation. So if you're interested in this, please reach out to me and I can talk to you about it more. You can see the website for Launch listed on this slide. That website will also outline all of the classes that students can take through Launch. So we also have 2 people at KHS who help support our students who are in Launch, Ms. Nevins and Mr. Kelly. All right, so some other things to think about and be aware of when it comes to course planning. Make sure that you're taking the time to talk to your teachers and make intentional choices that are going to be best for you when it comes to your class schedule for junior year. We want you to be appropriately challenged and taking classes that fit your skills and interests. So get your teacher's feedback. I'm happy to help you and talk through things with you, talk to your parents. And all that being said, please note and be aware of the schedule change policy in the course description book. If you drop down a level or drop a class after 1st or 3rd quarter, then you're going to receive an F on your transcript for that class. Remember to use the course description book that has all of our course offerings, descriptions, academic policies. You should use this as a resource for planning for both junior and senior year. Also, just want to point out for summer school, there are 2 options. Credit recovery is for failed classes, and you would do that at KHS. Students can also choose to take summer school for credit enhancement online through Launch. So alternates. When you're filling out your course selection for junior year, make sure that you're putting in alternate class choices at the bottom of your academic planner. So sometimes we can't fit everything into your schedule based on class availability or when classes are offered. So if something doesn't fit, that's when I look at your alternates and add that into your schedule. So if you're not putting any alternates, then I'm probably just going to have to put in a graduation requirement to fill that spot if there is a conflict. Other thing, once you fill out your course requests in Infinite Campus, make sure you are hitting save. All right. So logging into the Infinite Campus portal, this slide just kind of goes through that. We'll show you a video at the end here just to review how you go ahead and enter all of your course course requests in Infinite Campus just like you did last year. So a couple of helpful tools in the portal for you to utilize during this process. In Infinite Campus, you can access your unofficial transcript to review the classes you've taken and where you're at with your credits. I definitely encourage you to pull up your transcript as you're making your class choices and filling out your course requests. You can also use the Grad Progress tool in Infinite Campus that helps you manage your progress towards graduation. So it's a chart to see kind of what you've had planned, what you're missing, and making sure that you're on track for graduation. All right, sophomores, you will have a couple of weeks to work on your course selection after this presentation. This should give you plenty of time to talk to your teachers and your parents about your classes for next year and your 4-year plan. Take your time to make really thoughtful choices when it comes to your classes. Please know you can always reach out to me to schedule an appointment if you have questions or concerns or want to talk through anything. Next, we're going to pull up a video that walks you through how to submit your request for your classes for junior year in Infinite Campus. This is similar to what you did last year. Thanks so much.
Good morning, Kirkwood. Today we are going to choose our classes for the upcoming school year and work on our plan for the future years. To start out with, you need to go to the website that we do this on, an Infinite Campus, and that will take you to the Infinite Campus screen. And the username you use is your school ID number and your password that you use every day to look at your grades. Go ahead and log in now. Logged in, you should scroll down to where it says Academic Planner and click on that. Where it says choose an academic plan, you're going to make sure that you are in the correct graduation year that you're supposed to graduate in. So we're going to work on the class of 2021. If you're a different class, just make sure you have the correct graduation year and click Next. Your academic planner will pop up and it shows all 4 years of what courses that you want to be taking. So as a 9th grader, your classes should already be here under grade 9 and the classes that you are taking currently. And what's important is that it also shows up here that you need to have 6 credits at least freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year, and that will add up to 24 credits, and you need 24 credits to graduate. Under each area, it also tells you how many credits you need in those specific subjects. So for English, you need 4 credits of English in order to graduate. The student is already taking 1 year of English this year, freshman year, so it's got 1 out of 4. As you can see, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade for English need to be fulfilled so that they can graduate in 4 years. If you look down at the math requirements, you need 3 credits of math to graduate. This student has already taken 1 year and is currently in 1 year of math, so you know they've got the 2 out of 3 fulfilled. As you scroll down, you can see the requirements for each subject area. So science, you need 3 credits. Social studies, you need 3 credits. Fine arts, you need 1 credit. Practical arts, you need a half of a credit. Personal finance, you need a half a credit. PE, you need 1 credit. Health, you need a half of a credit. And electives, you need 7.5. So let's go back up to the top and start with English. When you're looking at English, all you need to do is click on the box for sophomore year and you get your options of what English class you could take. It's either sophomore literature and composition or sophomore literature and composition honors. And so in order to get that, choose the class you want, you just click on the class, and once it pops up in the box, now the student is registered for sophomore lit and comp, and it says 1 out of 1 credits of English in order to graduate. So you just fulfilled your 1 credit for 10th grade. You click on 11th grade and you've got junior lit and comp or AP language and composition as your options junior year. The student's going to choose junior lit and comp and it's going to pop right into the box. Again, it says 1 out of 1 here. So you know you're registered for 1 year of English. Senior year, you're going to go to senior year and you have a senior lit 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you have the AP literature and composition honors composition class. And so this student's going to try AP lit senior year. So now you can see up here where it says English 4 out of 4, the student is registered for 4 years of English. Remember, right now, we are just choosing for next year's school year, the classes you want to take. So for 9th graders, you want to make sure your 10th grade is exactly what you want it to be. 11th and 12th grade are just a plan. We will go back each year and choose and adjust to make sure it's exactly what you want to take. So you need to fill it in for all the way through 12th grade, but it is going to be adjusted each year. Okay, so what you need to make sure is exactly what you want to take is 10th grade, if that's the year you're registering for. Okay, let's go down to math. For math classes, we're going to click on the box, and you have Algebra 2 or Algebra 2 Honors, and they currently took geometry, are taking geometry honors, so they're going to continue with the honors class in math. Now, when you're thinking about taking an honors class versus the regular version, what you need to do, first of all, is talk with your current teacher. That's one of the most important things to do, and see, do they think, are you ready for that honors course? You might be in a regular class right now and you want to take an honors course in that subject area next year. So talk with your teacher. You also have to think about what your grade is. Read what the class is about to see what the rigor is like. Talk with your parents to also see, do they think you should try the honors version? Are you ready for that challenge? Or if you want to take an AP course, which is a college level course, are you ready for that challenge? So there's going to be a lot of good discussions going on in the next few weeks as you think about what courses you want to take. Now in math, as you look at this, it also says, because this student had 8th grade Algebra 1, so it says right down below they do have a full credit of 8th grade math, and then they took the geometry, so they're already 2 credits in. They signed up for the Algebra 3 honors, so you can see 3 math credits are already fulfilled from those 3 areas. But because colleges often want you to take 4 years of math in order to apply to their university, we encourage you to continue math all through high school to be ready for college level courses. So this student, you're going to go on to 11th grade, and after Algebra 2, they're going to try pre-calculus honors, which is the sequence often people take. And then in 12th grade, they're going to try calculus. And so they're going to have 4 years of math in there. But it says those 2 extra years that they're taking is right down here. It says 2 credit overflow to electives. So because they've already fulfilled the 3 after 10th grade, because of 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, those were the 3 credits, 2 extra credits are going into their electives. In science, after physics, everybody takes chemistry, and so you have an option of chemistry or chemistry honors. And again, you're going to talk with your teachers to see, are you ready for a chemistry honors, or should you just try regular? This student's going to try chemistry honors. And junior year, you've got biology or biology honors. Now, for 12th grade and science, the options are electives, because you've already met your 3 years of science that you need to have to graduate. So if you want to take an AP science course senior year, you're going to find those in our electives down at the bottom of this. In social studies, you take world history freshman year. Sophomore year is U.S. history or AP U.S. history. Again, an AP course is a college level course, so you want to talk with your teacher and your parents to see, are you ready for a college level course at the high school? Junior year is government or AP government and politics. The student's going to try that. And so again, you've got your 3 years of social study that's in your course planner that's required to graduate. If you want to take an elective in social studies senior year, you're going to look down in the elective category to add that. In fine arts, you need 1 year of fine art to graduate. So you can put that in anywhere in these years. So this student hasn't taken a fine art at all yet because it's 0. So maybe they're going to click on the fine arts and they decide they want to try photography as their fine art sophomore year, and that's a half credit. You need another half credit in order to meet graduation requirements. So they're going to plan junior year, they're going to take improv in order to get their other fine art. So now they have got 1 fulfilled. If they want to take more senior year, they can. Remember, that's going to add into their elective column. In practical arts, you need a half credit, and this student has not taken a half practical art yet, so we're going to go ahead and the student is going to decide to take our Principles of Engineering course, and that is a full credit, and so half is met for graduation. The other half, if you look down here, says it overflows to your electives, because remember, you need 7.5 electives. Now, if you're looking at your 10th grade number, you need 6 credits in your schedule in order to be registered as a full student. So right now, so far, they've got 5.5 credits in their schedule for sophomore year. So you only need a half credit more, Or you can go all the way up to 7 credits if you want a full load with no study hall. Personal finance, we recommend that maybe junior or senior year. This student's going to go down. They've already taken aquatics to graduate, which is great. That's one of the required courses. You could also take lifetime fitness or weightlifting for one of the required PEs. They want to get their other semester of PE done so they don't have to take any more PE, and they're going to try the recreational sports class. So that's going to fulfill their 1 full credit of PE needed. They don't need to take PE then anymore for the rest of high school. And you can see now they have the 6 out of 6 credits they need, and this student then wants to have a study hall in their schedule. This student wants to take a study hall in their schedule next year, and they've got the 6 credits they need to have to be a full-time student. So they are going to go down to non-credit classes, because study block doesn't give you any classes or any credit in your schedule. So you're going to type in, or you're going to click on study block, and then click on study block for second semester, which is B. So they have A and B. So that's semester 1 is A and semester 2 is B. So they're going to have a full year of study block in their schedule. But remember, if you want IP in your schedule, that means independent period, your hour off where you sign in the library, you have to get a 3.2 GPA or higher each quarter. And we will change your study block automatically to IP if you have the grades to get it. If not, you'll just be in study block. There is no IP on here, so if you ever want it, you have to sign up for study block. Okay, the next thing we want to talk about is down at the bottom, you need to put in alternates. So what are the other classes that you want to take in your schedule if you don't get the first choices that you selected up above? So for instance, if this student wants to take a different PE, if they don't get into rec sports, so they might want to take a weightlifting class. So they would scroll through. You can scroll through and look at all the options in the classes, or a quick way to find out a class that you're looking for is all the way at the top where it says search for course catalog. You could put weights and conditioning, and it pops right here. If you click on it, it shows you the description of the course, and then it says add to alternates grade 10. And that automatically put weights down here in your alternate category. Now we want you to have 2.5 credits worth of alternates in here. And so far just one class is a half credit, weights is a half credit. So this student needs to put in a lot more choices for alternates. And so you can go up here. The easiest way to do it is to just search up here. So again, if you want to search, click in there. Let's search for foods, Art and Science of Foods 1. We're going to add it and choose it as an alternate for grade 10. So we can look down here and we've got, so far, foods and weightlifting as alternates for 10th grade. Now, as you fill that out, we've got all the classes in there for 10th grade. Now we have to go ahead and continue filling in for 11th grade and for 12th grade, because your plan needs to be completed for all 4 years. Even though that may change, your future may change, but 10th grade has to be all filled in exactly what you want, and grade 11 and 12 should be filled into 6 credits each, but those can change in the future. That is it. If you need help, please talk with your grade level counselor. We will also be in the cafeteria at different times. Look for announcements, and we will be there to be able to help you. At the end, there is saving. So you're going to save, and then you are going to sign out at the top. Thank you so much.